Wow, she just dropped that. The other wow is I did not think I was going to make it to this stage today. A lot of you didn't think I was going to make it to this stage today. But I am so glad that I did. So something really important to me has been in the news a lot lately, causing a bit of an uproar, threatening to disrupt our daily lives. It's probably impacted a lot of you, but maybe not as much as it's impacted me. You might be thinking of the war in Ukraine or our latest social justice issue, but that's not what I'm thinking about, even though those are really important. I am talking about eggs. That's right, eggs. There are plenty of people who can agree breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, I am certainly one of them, but for me, it's much more specific. It's more like eggs are the most important meal of the day. I bet a lot of you have your coffee every morning. I do not. It's more like don't talk to me until I've had eggs in the morning. Each morning, I like to fry or scramble 3 eggs and enjoy them with a side of fruit and a cup of green tea. And there's just so many wonderful ways to cook eggs. You can have fried eggs, scrambled eggs, eggs casserole, egg sandwich, eggs sous vide, deviled eggs, boiled eggs, omelets, quiche. Get the idea. So I think this ritual started for me about 10 years ago. And you could definitely say or see it's become quite a bit of an obsession. But is it a problem? I don't know. You tell me. So first, like I said, if I don't have eggs in the morning, I'm probably grouchy, maybe even weak. There is a farmer and a farm stand who live on my street. So yes, I have an egg guy. You might call him a bit of an egg dealer. He is in my phone. It's personal. He comes to our Christmas party. You have to know the source of your egg supply. I have gotten up in the middle of the night to go over to his farm stand and get eggs because I realized I didn't have any in my fridge, and I couldn't handle what was facing me in the morning. And I think there's only been a couple of times that I have texted him to find out when he was going to restock his supply so I could get there right on time. My husband and I have a saying in our household when you go to the grocery store, ABE, always buy eggs. It's more like don't come home without eggs. I have nearly missed my flight at the airport because I was standing in line waiting for eggs. But don't worry, I have fixed that. I figured it out. Now I cook eggs the night before. And I pack them, carry them through security to make sure I'm going to have a great start to my day of travel. Speaking of travel, Starbucks officially secured my loyalty when they launched the egg sous vide menu item. Like delicious, simple, perfection. Won't go anywhere else when I'm on the road anymore. We have just entered deviled egg and Easter egg season. Talk about a good time. And I think it was about 3 or so years ago, I was planning our next trip or vacation when my husband pointed out to me that I was choosing where we were going to stay based on how I would get eggs in the morning. And that's when some alarm bells went off. I started to have to ask myself some tough questions. Were eggs controlling my decision making? Were eggs interrupting my life? Was I missing out on the world because of eggs? No. See, when you're going 1,000 miles a minute and you're thrown curveball after curveball and you're exhausted and you are stretched, both physically and mentally, it may not feel like there's an end in sight. Like Rebecca said, it you might be at risk of a burnout. And I bet a lot of us in this room tonight could be at risk of a burnout, or at one point in time. Over the last 3 years, I have gotten 2 new marketing leadership jobs. I have built 2 new marketing teams, kind of from scratch. I lead a team of excellent marketers at a Fortune 500 company here in town. And during that time, I also drove significant organizational change at that same company. I led through a pandemic, didn't we all? I pivoted strategies when this recession first started to rear its head. I transitioned to leading a hybrid and remote workforce. I finished my MBA. I grew and delivered our first baby, stayed up all night for months, I think probably more like a year, nursed that beautiful baby girl for well over a year. Talk about a time commitment. And it must have been about exactly 9 months ago that I decided to grow our second baby, who is due literally any minute now. Don't get me wrong, I do not do all of these things alone. It simply would not be possible without the help and support of my amazing partner and husband, Ben, who's here tonight. So thank you, honey. But through all of that, oftentimes it could feel like I was striving. And striving felt like being exhausted trying to get from one place to another, losing my sense of empathy, becoming short and snappy with those around me, not living in the moment, of course exhausted, but feeling groggy and unable to focus. And in short, I didn't feel great. And that certainly isn't sustainable for the long run. Something I think about a lot is that I'm probably going to be working for the next 20 to 30 years. Like, that pace certainly isn't sustainable for the long run. And so what I have learned through the Rise and Thrive experience is that the key to staying sane, the key to preventing burnout, is obsessing over simple, powerful patterns. It's these things done day in and day out, every week, that keep us healthy. And it's only with mental and physical health that we can enjoy all of these amazing things going on in our lives at once. And so, yes, for me, one of those obsessions is eggs. But it is also exercise, time in nature, prayer, stillness, nutrition, and of course, eggs. So eggs weren't controlling my life. Eggs were a part of a greater pattern that was keeping me grounded, strong, and healthy. See, by nature, we want to believe that the answer to preventing burnout is expensive and complex, when in reality, it is simple and free. We just have to put in the hard work of doing it every day. And so the simple answer is powerful behaviors. And for me, nothing could be more simple or more powerful than the egg.
For any of you that are considering season 5, that you want to be a part of this experience, from now on in our Rise and Thrive experience, if one person wants to complain about anything, I'm going to go, really? I mean, this is the most badass move you can make, is to be due today. And what we're really...
We made it.
What we're really hoping is that after you enjoy the rest of the show, that you go into labor later tonight and you'll be holding that baby with that makeup and that hair like, yes.
Good photos.
That's what we want for you. We want to just take a moment and thank Delta Faucet Company for being an absolutely amazing supporter of this experience and the age of humanity. And I thought you might want to take a minute and congratulate someone that you've worked with for quite some time.
I thought I should. Delta Faucet Company now has our first female CEO. And she is in the room tonight, so congratulations to someone very important to me, Jill Enos,
Jill?
President and CEO of Delta Faucet Company.
Congratulations. Congratulations. CEO, CEO. I like it. I like it. You have an amazing group of women at Delta Faucet that I know will lead you into the age of humanity well. Thank you for supporting us for all this time. We really, really appreciate it. Okay, go have a baby. Love you. Bye.